would succeed our sensei as the master of Meikyo Shisui
Okay,
art.
new character unlocked.
Of all the
One more character
disciples,
unlocked tomorrow.
I was the
Wait.
most gifted. I had trained. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately, that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword.
You're already streaming?
So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Meikyo Shisui art to perfection. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He was still... Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go...
You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give...
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Good. Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned and...
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty... Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden Children from her.
Oh, Devin. I used to play for 3 hours. Huh? What does this do? Hello? Davin is supposed to play Genshin.
Are you talking to the power bank?
What? Yes. Oh my god. Oh.
In your line now? Now?
It's in here.
Yeah.
You think that's Lady
Bye,
Yi?
Sheila.
Oh, no wonder Junior was so excited. She has a really striking presence.
Oh, that's Yae.
Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look...
I thought that's redone.
It was probably nothing.
That's just Yae.
It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Okay, you watching the stream?
Why?
Why? I gave up the
Look at that
You still
person.
named your stream? I don't know, bro.
Yes, yes.
Go, I beg you.
You see that?
As you can see, Lady Yae, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now.
Yeah, my
He
necklace is not
appears
level
to
1, bro.
see those who
My
have
necklace is
lost
not
to
level
him
1.
in duels
Oh.
past, gathered all around him
Wait,
to
look
persecute
in the
I
stream, right? I thought that person was redone.
Lady Yi, it
Why?
must be a possession.
I don't
What?
know.
This is nothing like him at all.
Bruh.
Never
In the
mind.
past, no matter what
Never
came
mind.
his way, he would
How?
always face it with a confident smile.
How do you think that was rated?
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your
Because-
sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
I don't know.
How?
Because every time people talk about Raiden and somehow she gets put up in the picture or some reason. Don't know why.
Then does that mean he...
Yes,
Oh,
this is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yi, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Lady Yi, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest swordmaster in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Ansai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score.
what?
It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago.
It is stream. Who's that?
You did nothing wrong that day.
No idea.
Check
How
the
would I
chat. Check the chat. He
Oh,
typed.
it's
I couldn't
Devin.
face the
Devin.
humiliation.
Devin.
Oh, okay.
That's why I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But if there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
What did Evan type?
Have you asked them what they
Hi.
think?
Oh.
Sensei,
Evan typed hi.
after you rescued
Big
me
brain.
from the hands of the
Evan
pirates,
supposed to be asleep,
I
aren't
told
you?
myself I would follow in your footsteps
I
for
think
the
he left.
rest of my... I
Oh.
can't know whether I will
Cool.
suffer in my...
Yeah, he left.
Now, all I know is that here and now, in the present, I want to keep going until the day that I can stand...
Nanako's far from the only one.
Goodness.
You see, being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me. So I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody.
Ocean, is there any ability
You
that
are not
lets
in the same
Necros
position that I
get
was.
more HP on it?
When I left,
No.
I had nothing to my name.
That's not. Okay, cool. Good to know.
You have a great number of worthy disciples.
I'll get you for
I think that one is a bit.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state
What?
of Miyakyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the
What?
world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back home.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that.
What I mean, ability to heal himself.
We can come back to it another
Like, does he have
time.
like a
For now, we
ability
should
that,
go
that
report
lets
back
his
to Miss
shadow heal
Kamisato.
and then give him HP on it?
No. I think if you soul punch a clone, like I think if you soul punch your clone, it will heal them or something.
Heal them?
Yeah, soul punch.
I don't want to heal them, I want to heal me.
Just kill enemies now. It heals 5 HP every time you kill.
Every time the enemy clone.
Mostly no work sa Malaysia.
Potato. Okay, which one is more worth it? Walking Moon is more worth it, right?
For what?
Like, more worth it. Primos.
Devin said he might get online. He doesn't know when.
Oh. Walking Moon is more worth it than...
You're trying to buy?
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Definitely better than Battle Pass anyways. That's the most worth it item you can buy. Is that Barbara? This is not Barbara now?
Yeah, because it's finished.
My god. Gucci flipper flops. Kemana binti socks.
What? Huh? Excuse me? What?
Gucci flipper flops.
What? Wait, Walking Moon is better than... Right.
What? What? Better than what?
Better Pass, right?
Yeah.
Because you can get 150 primos a day if you do your dailies also.
Yeah.
You can get like 1 wish a day.
Okay, summon shadow villains of the vanquished enemies.
Kami satu ayah.
What's up?
Huh? What is road? Oh, the one to... No, Soul Punch is just punch lah. So... Oh. Not worth it though. But not worth it. I don't know, it's a waste of energy. Also, clone is just a waste of energy. Clone is usually a waste of energy. You cannot have unlimited energy. Actually, Necrosis is one of the weapons that uses the most amount of energy when you're trying to use them as farming. The secret actually uses a lot of energy. That's a...
No wonder 30 because the 2 is large. 2 that's right. Large? The small one is free.
No.
I still have a lot to do with the gear. How about you take a rest while I go back?
Okay, I'm gonna go now. Yeah.
That one year already keep the free.